So allow me to start. I will let you have the time to ask questions and to have interactive session. But for now because of the noise in your backgrounds, I will mute all of you and allow me to carry on with the lesson. Okay. So we are starting by introducing our new curriculum. We are not abandoning the curriculum that we've been using, that is Microsoft packages or applications. So most precisely, we are going to introduce the supporting curriculum to what we've been doing. And the curriculum is iCompute. I believe most of you have heard about iCompute, and you've been wondering what is this iCompute and how does it going to help us. So let me just share with you what iCompute is all about and how useful maybe it's going to be to us. So just a minute, I'm about to start sharing. So I believe you can be able to see what is on my screen. So iCompute guide is for the early year foundation stage. That is the primary school level. So basically, this is how it looks like. iCompute for primary schools. Why iCompute? Now, this is going to be a more engaging program, going to make you be more creative than just typing on Microsoft Word, in a sense that we are going to make our own applications and programs, and even make you into a career person in an early stage by becoming maybe a web designer, app developer, and those other professions that comes with ICT. So I think for the best knowledge I have in ICT, this is a curriculum that is best suited for all of us. So what is on the screen are some of the aspects that we are going to share in the near time as we handle our classes. It has content where we have introduction, unit overview, continuous provisions, and possible software apps for continuous provisions. So we are going to look into all that. So what is really the overview of iCompute? We are told it makes teaching computing to primary pupils easier, packed with inspiring, engaging activities and ideas. It contains all the planning and materials you need to teach or to learn computing creatively and confidently. So that is what iCompute overview is all about. We can also extend by saying early year foundation stage is designed to complement our best-selling whole school schemes of work by introducing young children to computing, laying the foundation for their future work in key stage and key stage 2. So that is all about the overview. Then we have the work plan, where we have introduction, what we're doing today. We are going to have detailed objectives match to the early year learning goals, preparation, what you will need to do before teaching the unit. So it's this one is to guide the teacher who is handling the iCompute. But again, what I would like you to know is the units that you as students you need to cover. We have units, the early learning goals and the outcomes. These are supposed to be your curriculum based guidelines. So from unit 1, you're supposed to learn how to make music, which the outcome is shown here. As you can see, creating simple music composition using digital tools. The digital tools that you're talking about here is some of the supporting programs that I've mentioned when I started, that we are going to learn on how to use them to create what we desire to make out of a unit. So if you go to unit 2, make media, how to edit your personal media details, like the outcomes of unit 2 is capturing images and using software to combine images with text and effects. So you're supposed to learn how to make effects and text on some of the images that you take, maybe with your mobile phones as selfies, or maybe other images that you might interact with and you want to make them look different. You will learn how to make that using a proper program. So all these are the units one needs to cover in iCompute. All this. I can move, I can play, I can direct, patterns, logic. But all this is supported by relevant programs. So possibly softwares or apps tools for continuous provision. As you can see, we have various programs indicated here. So there are those ones that will be provided maybe by the school, but what I would like you to know that maybe as for now, we have free sample programs that we can use to interact or to implement iCompute. And just to, okay, my, somebody's hand is up. Yes? Someone asking a question? Somebody asking a question, yes? You can unmute from your end. Okay. So, okay. If there's no question, allow me again to share with you some of the clips that I've done. But before we go into that. So one of the programs that we are going to use to implement or to interact with iCompute is Scratch. Scratch is an offline program. Once you download it, you don't need an internet to create your items, like maybe games or any other thing that you would like to create on Scratch. So quickly, maybe let me share with you my browser. You can use any browser. for my case, let me use Chrome. So in this case, we have all you need to do is to go to your browser, go to Google, search for Scratch, as it is written here. You can see this. Then it will bring you an option. From what you can see, it has brought me an option of downloading for different versions: Windows 10, Android, Mac OS, then Chrome OS. Especially those who are advanced to Chrome OS. There's Chrome OS. If you didn't know, now you know. So it has versions for different kind of operating system. If you're using Windows, there is a version Scratch for Windows. There is Scratch version for Android, which means you can install this program in your mobile phone. So if you're not lucky to have PC at home, you can use your mobile phone to install Scratch and work with it just as any other person who works with Scratch on desktop or laptops. So there's no excuse that oh, teacher, I don't have a PC at home, I don't have a laptop. You can still use it in your Android devices. If you're using iPhone or MacBook, you can also get your version. Just search for Scratch on any browser through Google. You will get the option of downloading. Once you get that, the version that you need, you just go to direct download. If you have for the Windows, it's supposed to take like 4 minutes to finish because it is just 116 MBs, I believe. Mine is here. If you can go with me here. Madam Principal is joining. Just a minute. So okay, so if you are you've gotten the version that you wish to have, like indicated here, just to mention again, there's version for Windows, version for Android, there's version for Mac OS, there's version for Chrome. There is a software operating system software Chrome. Somebody asking a question? Sorry? There is noise in your background. Guys, you can mute yourself if there is noise coming from your background. I will let you have your minutes of interactive session. So you can mute yourself. You will unmute once you are given a chance. Okay, so like I was mentioning, we have various versions for Scratch. There's that one for Microsoft, Android, Mac OS, and Chrome OS. So once you get the version that you want, that means you can install it in your mobile phones as well. So once you download it, it will appear here like this. Or maybe if I may now just share with you how the interface of Scratch looks like on the desktop. Okay, Scratch. So this is how the interface looks like. You'll have what we call the codes. There is the ones for motion, looks, sound, pen, control, sense, operators, and variables. So those are the codes that I will take you through on how to use them to come up with a proper game that once you do something, there is able to give you motion, different look, different sound for different kind of character that you're using, different control, sense, and all that. So this is typically the Scratch interface. So I believe if you are able to download a Scratch for the kind of device that you're using, you will be able to see what I'm displaying right now on the screen. Just again, maybe if I may again show you. So this is how a character and codes are meant to be when you're making your own games on Microsoft Scratch. You need to know which time do I need motion codes, which time do I need uh, look codes, which time do I need costume, sound, and place them in a proper way that they will actually, at the end of it all, the character that you're making is able to be in a full success of motion. So that will come in our next lesson, possibly next week, a time like this. Let me just share with you. It's not only that we can make, we can make varieties of games from aquarium to basketball, or from typical complicated games like this. So this red character is supposed to be jumping and touching some blocks here, but all these stacks of codes are what is guiding the motions. So typically what we are going to do here is to work properly with this stack of codes, which will come in our next lesson. I believe you will have the most fantastic time interacting with Scratch. For those who are in Tech Zone, I've been sharing with you. Unfortunately, most of you are not responding to those tasks. I don't know what the challenge is. Now you know you can install Scratch in your mobile phones. You can install Scratch in your iPhones, your Windows, and those who are advancing to have advanced to Chrome OS, you can also get your version. So there is no excuse. Just a tip review of what I've been sharing with so this is iCompute. This March grade 4 to grade 6. Now take a preview some of the features you need to know and how to work about them in the Scratch programming to allow you as a learner or enable you as a learner to come up with some of the games that can keep you busy during this time of pandemic. Scratch. Also do cards. So first of all, we are going to do away with this character that is on a default mode. So we're going to create ours, but before we create, you must learn to create a background. You go to choose your background, any kind of background. There are several of them, like you can see. So maybe you are copying this in the corridors like that. So that will be your background. You can see for yourself. And you choose a sprite. Sprite is what we call a character. For this case, we're going to choose a blue. Make it different look. So, like I said, you kind of costume you like to have. So you highlight like that, and you come to fill, choose a color of your favorite game or place. So basically right there is when we start introducing some of the the codes that are necessary for our game to be complete, and you can see how they are being moved and arranged. So right there, we are making another stack for the balloon to move once you touch or click on it. Just for a quick one, allow me to forward it. So you can hear the game is being, and you can see how you earn your scores. Now our score is at 20. Once you are done and you want to save your project, let me just take it back. You can hear that. So with the Scratch, I want to say that our lessons will be as interesting as what you've just seen on our screen. So I will stop there for the interest of the time and let you guys interact and ask questions that you feel need to be answered. So you can unmute yourself. Let me try to unmute you all. So anybody with a question? Yes, anybody? Yes, Michael.
What if a person doesn't have a phone which wanted to download the Scratch game? You can use a laptop to do that.
Yes, I said once you install the Scratch program, you can only play or create this game and play them right within the device that you use to install the program Scratch. So if you install it in your mobile phone, you will be able to only play it right there. You cannot move it and play it in a device that doesn't have a Scratch. I said we cannot convert this program or these games once we create them and maybe put or install them in our devices that we did not create them in. They cannot be converted into APK version, which is most suited for mobile phones operations. It can only be created where we have the device, the program installed in the device. In the case of transferring the game into other devices, that is not possible for now. Maybe if we get the rights of using this Scratch application or program in more advanced level than just a free device, free program, I mean. Anyone else? Michael, did I answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? Our time is also running out. Remember, we have 10 minutes to answer the questions that might be asked. So just to ask you, how many people are able now to download Scratch and install for themselves? Once you download it, just double click and it will ask you confirm, agree, install, and that's all. So are we good to get the app? Because next week I will take you through, and I will also be glad that you follow using the app either on your mobile phones or desktops or laptops. Are you guys able to get the app? Michael, oh, you are able.
Yes.
Oh, great. Anybody else who might face challenges in getting the app and installing? I said Scratch program is an offline program. Once you download it, that's the only time you need internet. Yes, and you guys need to enable your videos. Eh? Any question? We have 8 minutes to go. Joshua. Joshua. Okay. If there is no any other question, I will let our able principal to give a word. I can see she is attending the lesson.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
is everyone? I hope every student is alert to what is being discussed. However, before you download the app, we will send a message to the parents that we are requesting that program to be downloaded so that it can facilitate the ICT lessons. So you will download it once, of course, the approval has been given by your parents. So otherwise, just as I always insist on all the other classes, make sure when you're having your class, your Zoom class, there is minimum of noise, because when there is background noise, they interfere with the progress of the lesson. We will want to listen to the gossip behind as opposed to what the teacher is teaching. So since this is a serious thing, we really are requesting us that whenever there is a Zoom lesson, we make sure that it is in a place where it is quiet, you're paying attention, you have your pen and your book, and you are taking short notes that you can always transfer to your class books. So you have a blessed day, and yeah, let's keep on working. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thanks for the wisdom. So this would mark our end of this session, and I will, just like I mentioned before, I've recorded the lesson and will share with you later on via the CISO folder that is ICT. So please, if you missed a point or those who did not join will have access to this class. And you can also ask questions right there if you are facing challenges. Just like the principal has mentioned, I will send communication to the parents via CISO as an announcement to allow you or give you access to download the program to enable us facilitate our learning next week at a time like this. So thank you so much. At least quite a number of you joined. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we were a class of 10 people. Kind of encouraging. Thanks so much, and have a blessed day. Ciao.